Hi everyone, I've been asked by Rick Adams to tell you about my 14 years, just some of the highlights. 14 years at Sutton Christian Centre. My name's Alan Bott and I was very privileged to be the pastor there for those 14 years from 1975 to 1989. And although it didn't end how I would have liked it to, the fact is that they were brilliant years and God did some amazing things. And so I'm left with lots and lots of wonderful memories. So here goes. So I arrived in 1975 with my wife Rita and Matthew, who was then 1 year of age. Simon came along in 1981. And so a big part of the boys growing up was in the church there at Sutton Christian Centre. And they were, as I've said, terrific years. Now, what are some of the things that we did in that time that are strong in my memory? Well, here they are, just very quickly in the few minutes that I have. First of all, we changed the name, Sutton Christian Centre, from Sutton Pentecostal Church. We were finding as we were witnessing more and more out on the streets and in the town that people didn't have a clue what Pentecost meant, and therefore Sutton Christian Centre was much easier to do. Now, in 1979 was a massive year. And that was the year that we launched our first Victory in Jesus meeting at Christ Church in Sutton. And it was the Reverend John Hackett, who was then the vicar there, who I went to see. He agreed to let us have his church. He joined us in the service. And it was before the days of social media, so we had no idea how many people were going to come. We just put the word around the best we could. But incredibly, 1,000 people turned up at that Victory in Jesus meeting with Trevor Deering. People were slain in the spirit, people were healed, people were saved. It was an absolutely incredible thing. And it launched several years of Victory in Jesus meetings, including the year later, a tent mission in Beddington Park with the evangelist Hans Kunstra. And we had again every night for 2 weeks, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people turning up, people getting saved, healed, delivered. It also launched us in the church into a long period of folk getting converted, having a baptismal service once a month for several years, and also seeing people ourselves slain in the spirit, healed, delivered. They were really great times. As a result of that, as the church grew, we had to build a bigger building. So we extended the church in the early 1980s. I think it cost £80,000, which has long since been paid for. And as a result of that, you've got the building now that we put up, and great times, hard work putting it up, but great celebration when the job was complete. We also launched in the early 1980s a care centre. I'd heard that the local council were willing to fund local projects, and so we put forward the idea of a care centre. We employed 5 or 6 of our folk, paid for by the council, and we operated from the lounge in the church manse, the building next door to the church. And fantastic. We saw lots and lots of people helped in the locality. And again, it helped to put the church on the map in the town. So we were filling the building. And by the mid-1980s, certainly we had the full evening service, full morning service. And so we went into 2 Sunday morning services to get the folk in. As a result of that, I appointed Les Wallman as our church administrator to help with the management of all that was happening, which he did a great job. And also a little while later, Ken Hipkiss came as our youth pastor and again did a great job with the young people. So terrific memories that I would have. Out from that, of course, we got known wider than Sutton, and I used to get invited to preach all over the place, like Spring Harvest and the Assemblies of God Conference and other charismatic conferences and camps and Bible weeks and so on. So they were great times, which we just praise the Lord. And I'm just thrilled about what's happening now at Sutton Christian Centre. And again, this weekend, I want to send you my hearty congratulations on 125 years of Christian witness. We introduced home groups, and with that came the slogan that I thought was particularly brilliant. That is, the Sutton Christian Centre would be a place that was big enough to make a difference, but small enough to care. So the big enough to make a difference, making the impact in the community, and seeing people coming in and getting saved, but also small enough to care. So through those home groups or care groups or Bible study groups, call them what we will, house groups, they were means of caring as well as making the wider impact. So that was our slogan, that Sutton Christian Centre would be big enough to make a difference, but small enough to care. And the church that I'm leading now in Twickenham, which the Lord is also blessing, our slogan is, the best is yet to come. And I'll often mention that in my preaching or in my weekly email to the church, the best is yet to come. And I'll leave you with that as you celebrate this weekend and a great history that you have there in Tate Road. I'm thrilled for you. I couldn't be more excited. And if I can, I will come and join you to celebrate with you. But just to say, praise the Lord. He's done great things, but the best is yet to come. And that's my wish and prayer for you as you celebrate that. That's nothing yet compared to what the Lord is going to do in the future. So the best is yet to come. Hold on to it, believe it, and push ahead for greater times ahead still. God bless. Thank you.